The textbook talks about the importance of visualizing time series data and shows you how to make line charts. And I know I mentioned in one class, but I think I only showed one class a way to do it with a pivot table. So I'm going to do it here with a pivot table, and then I'll probably show you how to do it in Tableau also in a different video. So insert a pivot table. This is page views of a website, and summing is fine. Sometimes the fact that it sums things is an issue. Drag month, and it gives us our 5 years. You'll notice something that pivot tables do. It creates the year, quarter, and month variables from the month date. Remember, this is our variable, and it's a date field. So months of our date, quarters of our date, years of our date. The fact that it says month in there is merely because that's the name of our data. Well, I could insert a line chart. So if I'm looking for a trend over my 5 years, I've smoothed out my monthly data, and so I see my 5 years. And I do see, I think, perhaps a bit of a downward trend over the 5 years. If I am a little bit patient, it takes a few clicks to do this, I can now see it by quarter. I haven't had to create any new variables. My data, I've done no data wrangling on the data. I've just changed how it's showed here, and I can see, is there a quarterly seasonal pattern? And whether or not I see one, you can look for yourself. I think there's something there. I'll see what you see. We're not doing mathematical forecasting, we're just visualizing it and saying, do you see something? If I want to see it by month instead of by quarter, there we go. Now I am seeing the entire data series. And again, do I see a seasonal pattern by month across the years? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm going to undo and put that back. So just looking at, to get months, I had to drag that out of there. There's other ways to do it. I could have gone here and just said, show me all the months, and not drag the variable out, and I get the exact same graph. Finished product graph, don't know, I don't care. It's just, this is a way to visualize it. And if I want to go all the way back to my years, I can do that. Now, another thing you might want to do is, when I went to quarters, I was seeing quarter by year. What if I just want to see quarters? I'm going to take the years down here in rows, drag it out, and take the months and drag them out. Close these back up. And here is all 5 years aggregated by quarter only. You got to be careful and understand what you're looking at. So this is 5 years of data summed into quarter 1. 5 years of data summed into quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. You could argue this should be averaged instead of summed. It's not really going to change the shape very much, because there's the same number of months in every quarter. So that's why, if you're looking for just is there something seasonal, whether it's summing or averaging, doesn't make a big deal. Keeping in mind there could be a trend in the data. If there's a trend that's really happening quickly, that could look like it's something happening by quarter. If every year, fourth quarter is the highest quarter in the year because of a trend, because January the next year is bigger than the last one, it could be going up for that reason. But it does look like perhaps there's something quarterly here. You can also do it by month. Drag months back in, drag quarters out. So again, I've got 5 years of Januaries aggregated into here. So I'm seeing across in a year, or across 5 years, just what is happening month by month. That may or may not help you see something. But that's just one way to visualize stuff in a pivot table without having to make separate line charts for every kind of different question you might ask.